Okay, so this is a pretty simple, basic grass magic deck. So you get Quintet Magician with a bunch of spellcasters in your deck, and Grass Arena before I'm sure it's gonna get banned or limited or whatever. So we got Silent Magician level 8, 2 Mehads, 3 Aleister the Invokers, 3 Chocolate Magician Girl, 1 Silent Magician. You can do more if you have more. I only have 1. 1 Gravekeeper Spy, 1 Keeper of Dragon Magic, 1 Kiteroid, you'll see why only 1 in a while, 3 Berry Magician Girls, 1 Gravekeeper's Guard, Spy searches Nobleman, Nobleman is in a second, then Nobleman searches Guard, Guard will flip up, Apple Magician Girl, Gravekeeper's Nobleman like I just said, 1 Bacon Saver, Kiwi Magician Girl, Lemon Magician Girl, 2 Invocations, then 3 the grass that looks greener, and then Magicalized Fusion by 3. And in the extra deck, we have 1 Invoked Purgatrio, 2 Quintet Magicians, 1 Invoked Magellanica, that's why you only have 1 Kiteroid, because this is also limited to 2, 1 Gravekeeper Supernaturalist, just in case, and 1 Cocytus. So this deck is probably going to get hit by that ban list with Grass is Greener maybe getting limited to 2, so it wouldn't work with Kiteroid and Magellanica, but it still works regardless. It's not super consistent, but it's consistent enough that it works on the ladder just as well as half the meta decks. So I hope you enjoyed the replays. It's fun to use. This deck was based off of, well, a lot of people use Grass Magic, Magicalized Fusion, but this specific one is a mixture of a deck that I had done before and what Duel Links meta had shown off not too long ago, because I wasn't using Bacon Saver. Actually, pretty much the Bacon Saver and Kiteroid were the only things I weren't using. And then I threw in Silent Magician level 8 just as an extra spellcaster. And yeah, the rest of it, everybody does. That is it. Enjoy the replays.
It's time to duel!
Okay, so I realized in my hastiness to finish the deck profile that I didn't explain what the deck does, because I figured everybody knew what the deck did. And it is mill a bunch of cards with Grass Screener and use Magicalized Fusion from them in the graveyard, banish them to summon Quintet Magician, wipe the field, and hit 4,500 and win. So, I'm sure everybody knows what that does, but I thought I'd explain it just in case one person doesn't know what this deck does. And on top of that, it's got an Invoked engine. So here we go, we got against Velen Crowler using Ancient Gears with a Snipe Hunter. Snipe Hunter rolls a 2 and attacks me directly, which is okay. I want cards in the graveyard, so Gravekeeper Spies in the graveyard. I summon Aleister the Invoker. Aleister searches for Invocation in my deck. Now, this deck doesn't run purely on this, using Invocation and Invoker, because it banishes cards and then you can't use Magicalized Fusion. This is just like a backup / stall until you can get Grass Green or Magicalized Fusion. It's like a, what's it called? Like, you know, you don't want your deck to just have one gimmick, and if it messes up, you lose. That's dumb. So you want your deck to have a few options, and this is one of those options. So Crowler summons his big giant boss monster, which can beat over Magellanica, but I use Invocation, or not Invocation, I use Aleister's effect to boost to 4,000, and he won't attack when he does that, or when I do that. So I summon Berry Magician Girl, use Berry to search for Kiwi, so that I can throw another spellcaster into the graveyard. Throw a spellcaster in the graveyard, use Magicalized Fusion on Berry and the 4 spellcasters in the graveyard to fusion summon Quintet Magician. Quintet Magician would have wiped the field, and I would have hit him and killed him for 3,000 and 4,500 if he had any kind of boost, but he forfeited because he just knew Ancient Gears are old now. Nobody runs Ancient Gears, which I hate Ancient Gears so much. But that's probably because I've never ran them, because I don't buy into structure decks for the most part. So next up we have Yami Yugi. I probably wouldn't hate any deck if I used it, so I shouldn't say that I hate deck. It's just annoying to go against. So is my deck. This deck is super annoying to go against. I hate it. I hate playing against Quintet Magicalized Fusion Magicians. So I set a card. He uses Breaker the Magical Warrior, which I just had to deal with the last time. He destroys my Grass Greener, which is okay because he also has a 25 or a 30 card deck, so I couldn't even use it. So my Gravekeeper's Nobleman summons a Gravekeeper is Spy. I summon Chocolate Magician Girl. Mill my Lemon. Not mill, but whatever. I throw Lemon in, draw cards, Bacon Saver. He draws into Mehad, special summons Mehad from the hand, attacks into Spy, Spy flips over, uses his effect to summon Guard. Guard attacks Mehad attacks into Guard and boosts and destroys it. I attack into Crystal Seer, so Crystal Seer uses his effect. He's getting a grass. I believe that's the second Mehad. He pulls it into his hand and he can't summon it, so that was weird. So it's his turn. He would have drawn into it. Anyways, he uses Grass's Greener to mill like what, 1 card, 2 cards, summons Fairy Magician Girl. Get Chocolate Magician Girl. This is a mirror match, by the way, if you can't tell, by the way. Attacks into Chocolate. Chocolate uses her effect to throw up a guard. He loses 1,100. Then Mehad attacks into Chocolate, because Chocolate's effect already happened. I summon Silent Magician off of Guard and attack his Breaker. He uses his skill to draw a Spell Trap. It's Magicalized Fusion. I negate Magicalized Fusion with Silent Magician. But, lo and behold, he summons Chocolate Magician Girl, uses her effect to throw Mehad in and draw another Magicalized Fusion. So using Magicalized Fusion, he's able to banish a bunch of cards from his graveyard and or field to fusion summon Quintet Magician. Quintet Magician wipes the field, but luckily I had just summoned Silent Magician, so Silent Magician summons Silent Magician level 8 for my deck. He attacks into that, uses Mehad to attack directly, which I would have lost if I didn't have Kiteroid. I banish Kiteroid after discarding it, and I don't lose life points. I draw into my own Mehad, get to throw up Mehad, attack into Chocolate Magician Girl, and win. So there. That's a good reason to use Silent Magician and Kiteroid in your Magicalized Fusion deck, even though Kiteroid and Bacon Saber are not spellcaster monsters, are still super helpful and made me win that duel because I wasn't doing that. And if you have Breaker, I'm sure Breaker would be a great addition. I just don't have it. Next is Yami-Yugi, actually, I should say, using Spell Specialist, which is just around the time I believe everybody started using it, at this time, the beginning of the month. Well, people were using it before, but more so. So he's got a Gravekeeper Spiritualist. I believe that he's using a Gravekeeper deck at this point in the video. I don't remember the replay. It's a Headman, so he's definitely using a Gravekeeper deck unless it's a Spell Specialist. Unless it's a Grass's Greener Magicalized Fusion Gravekeeper. That'd be interesting. No Necro Valley. So I use Spies Effect, throw out Nobleman. Tribute Nobleman for Silent. I use Magicalized Fusion from my hand to use every card except for Silent Magician. To get a Quintet Magician. Quintet Magician nukes the field. He uses Rite of Spirit to bring back Headman from the graveyard. Headman comes on the field, everybody is destroyed. Headman's effect happens after he's destroyed. Summon Spiritualist onto the field. Luckily I have 2 cards. I attack into Spiritualist with Silent Magician and I attack into him directly with Quintet Magician for 4,500, and that's game. Going against another Yami-Yugi in this ladder of Yami-Yugis. He summons the Maidens to flip down to a Subterror deck. Awesome. Stego Kraken flips down. He sets a card, probably Final Battle. I activate Grass's Greener, Mail Bacon Saver, Lemon, Invoker Mehad, Guard, Chocolate, Mills Berry for Keeper. Maiden Ninjas flips over, sacrifices Stego, comes up, uses Nemesis Warrior's effect, summons Nemesis Warrior, Stego Kraken flips face down, Warrior uses his effect, gets Uma into the graveyard, sacrifices Stego and himself for Uma. Uma is face down on the field, that's okay. I summon Keeper of Dragon Magic. I can discard a card, which is Apple, and get Magicalized Fusion. Magicalized Fusion is enough to summon Quintet Magician. So I activate its effect, get rid of Guard, Aleister Nobleman, and some other cards I missed, I guess. Quintet Magician's on the field, nukes the field. He flips over Final Battle. Final Battle will flip over Uma and allow me to be banished, but I still get rid of all the cards. Nemesis Warrior activated in the graveyard, comes on the field, I attack with Keeper and destroy myself to attack directly with Chocolate Magician Girl. And I don't have Quintet, this is why I run 2 Quintet, because you never know if this could happen. So I got a second somewhere in there. I mill Berry with Chocolate to get a second Chocolate on the field. I use Kiwi's effect because it's a Golem, and attack directly for 2,800, and that's it. Sometimes Quintet doesn't work, you gotta do with what you got. Kiwi was able to let me beat over the Golem, who I wouldn't have normally been able to beat over, and then attack directly for lethal. So another reason, Kiwi is not the greatest spellcaster, and it kind of sucks to be dead in your hand sometimes, but it can be very beneficial if your graveyard's full of Magician Girls. So this is a rank up match against Tristan, of all people, using a Ultimate Tyranno mat and sleeves. So he sets 1 card, ends his turn. Weird. I summon Chocolate, use its effect, get rid of the Silent Magician level 8. Pull up Berry, use Grass's Greener. It just gives me the extra guy in the graveyard. Use Magicalized Fusion on level 8 Chocolate, Aleister, Nobleman, and Lemon to summon Quintet Magician. Quintet Magician wipes the field, which is 1 card. It's treacherous. Treacherous effect activates. Destroys both of my monsters, except for Quintet, who can't be destroyed by that. And attacks directly. So, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Pretty simple theory, and it works. Maybe not in the KC Cup, which is going on right now, and it's going on until the weekend, sometime on the weekend. I think, or I don't know, stage 1 is early. Something's going on until the weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe don't use this in KC Cup. Wait, stay tuned for some KC Cup videos, though. So peace out. Oh, and watch my Dark Melody video that's going to be linked in 2 seconds. It's awesome.